Welcome to round 2 of Division 2 Season 10's race here, held at Suzuka in the Red Bull Junior Experimental 2014 model. I'd like to thank Saturn and Whizz as well as Dash for their input of the notes for this race. Now that you've seen the qualifying results, let's get into the race. All lights are red, and it is go, 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 go. And looking at the back there, TGT, very bad start. It's like Snorlaxle gave him a shunt, and now he's on a way into the race. Tolly hot on the heels of Eccles, going through the last corner here, makes a sharp inside turn, makes the move stick on Eccles. Whiz comfortably in third position as we head into the hairpin. Oh, he's been shunted by Moon and BT, and now it's 3-4 cars all within breathing distance of each other. Doesn't appear to be any damage as a result of that shunt. It's a bit of an interesting start to the race so far. In lap 1, all the action's happening as we got Eccles fending off Brendan Stimpy. Saturn in 6th, putting the challenge down on BT as we're just finished the first lap and going down into turn 1. Saturn told me this is a pretty exciting part for him. He goes out wide, yeah, and is perpendicular. The Tolly follows suit in sympathy, I should say. And Saturn's now pushed himself down into 13th position. Saturn now hot on the heels of TGT, who's had a rough start to the race. Just going along the back straight here, just full drag race until we get into 130R. TGT forced out wide and has to let Saturn go through. As you can tell, this is more of Saturn's notes that I'm following. From his point of view, he sees a lot of action as he's now making his way through 130R and now into Casio Triangle. Tolly has hit the dirt, hit something, and he has spun badly. We'll have to watch that one again. Let's see what exactly happens going through 130R as we got Tolly right on the back end of Snorlaxle. Goes through, it's dirty air, I believe. He's out on the AstroTurf and just gets drawn out into trouble. Lucky he didn't take anyone else with him, but that has cost him a lot of positions. Yellow flag's out. Through into the Casio Triangle here. Just racing with Eccles. Going through, looks rather smooth through here. I hear screeching and the camera's not giving us a good view here. I'm going to have to look at this on the replay. Okay, we'll see if we can see what's going on the replay here as he goes into the Casio Triangle. Hard on the brakes, over the curb there. The car's still comfortable there. I think he's just overdriven the car and now it's perpendicular to the track. The other yellow beast that's out on this field, we're racing with Bob, going into Degner 1. Oh, bit unsteady through there on Degner 1. Degner 2, way out wide. Just pushing the car probably just a bit too hard through there. Got some dirty tyres maybe. Let's see what happens, how he goes through in the hairpin here. Goes through and he has overdriven that. Looks like the yellow cars have just got some overpower here. And Bob has unfortunately spun. Saturn going through Degner 1, through Degner 2. Bit wide for Snorlaxle, bit sideways, and it's given Saturn the chance. as he's going to go for an outside manoeuvre around the hairpin. But he manages to get in there before the hairpin and owns the apex and gets through rather cleanly in the end. Tolly making a big dive around TGT. TGT, probably not the greatest races he's had, struggling with the car. Seems to be not wanting to play nice with him at the moment. Now 9 laps into the race, we've got BT chasing down Evil Moon for 4th position. Down the back straight here, over the bridge and into 130R. BT on the inside, and 130R tries to make the move on Evil Moon. Evil Moon holds him off. Big challenge going there. See what happens here at the triangle. They get through cleanly in the end, or do they? It looks like I'm going to have to watch that again on replay. Watching here on the replay as BT tries to take the inside run. Cuts a bit too much soil there. Now dirty tyres going into the triangle. Bumps the curve, a little bit unstable. Bumps with dirty tyres and he overdrives it almost in the identical fashion of what Eccles did earlier. We've got Dash Vanguard. He is 2nd at the moment, putting a lot of pressure on Rain of Fire. Now, Dash, going to give him great raps, but he has spun pretty much where Bob's done a few laps ago. Fortunately enough, he's got himself back into racing position with a bit of damaged nose, but Whizz sees the opportunity and just gets around as they head into Spoon. BT making a challenge on Brendan to get 6th position. Brendan's a bit wide on Spoon. BT tighter line through Spoon. Not an easy manoeuvre to do, but gets around. Forces Brendan out wide. I'm not sure if that's ideal, but Brendan's now fighting back. Going down the back straight there. Big challenge happening here. BT closes the door through 130R. To make it through the Casio triangle is going to be a big ask for Brendan to get through. We're currently in the pit window here. We've got Whizz who's in 2nd. He's filling up. But we're watching Dash as he comes down the pit straight. Seal come out in front. It looks like Dash, it's going to be a close call. Who's going to be out in front? Whizz is out, but there you see it. Dash has done the undercut on Whizz and has made his way up into 2nd position. Eccles heading through Spoon, taking a wideish line back in. No, it's pretty much a good line, but the car doesn't agree with him and he has spun out again. 2nd time I've noticed him spin out. Not having a great day. It looks like Suzuka has taken the experienced drivers here and turned them into pulp. BT heading down into turn 1, going out on the AstroTurf. That's not good, not the condition his tyres are in, and he is off. Gives Apex the chance to get through. Eccles down in 12th position, last on the track, as it looks like I haven't shown what happened to TGT, but he's touched the dirt, the Casio triangle, and then instantly reset. That's rough. Didn't even have a chance to correct or anything like that, and the car's just back to 0. It looks like Eccles heading into the pits. He's had enough. Confirmation. That's him for the day. We have BT hot on the heels of Apex. First race back from Apex from last season. Pressure is on as BT gets on the inside of the Batmobile. And too much has taken off on the 130R. And he has lost to Apex. Has now got a few car lengths now behind him. A bit of pressure taken off. we are with current race leader Rain of Fire, but the weather is starting to sour as we're watching the headlights are coming on. Things are darkening up. This could be a game changer here. As you can see, Rain of Fire with a good gap over Dash Vanguard, who is just a little bit of a buffer in front of Whizz, followed by Moon, 4th position, Apex in 5th, followed closely by BT in 6th, Snoaxle in 7th. The heavens not opening up yet. The question will be, will they pit? It looks like imminent rain ahead. We have Saturn, he's diving into the pits. Looks like he and looks like Brendan, they're both going to change to weather tyres as we watch Snoaxle and BT go past. So the decision's been made that those two drivers at this point of the race have decided to pit. Lap 27, and the weather is looking more grim as we watch Rain of Fire. He crosses into lap 28, decides not to pit. So keeping with the gamble, he is looking to stay out, but yep, you can see, and actually I can hear the rain. It looks like Whizz has dived into the pits. He believes that weather tyres must be worn. So we're waiting, and you can see that it is pouring down in the pit lane, and Whizz is opting to put on some wet weather tyres. I'm sure if they're intermediates or full wets. Also Apex has gone into the pits to change into wet weather tyres. BT has decided not to pit and stay out on slicks, and this will be apparent because the road is like glass and he is off. No grip whatsoever out there on the track, and he spins. He's just got no control, so he's gambled and probably paid the price there. Bob on lap 27 into the Casio triangle. It is absolutely bucketing down here. He can't get the car to turn, and he skates straight into the barricade here. I can hear another car behind him. It's hit the barricade also. It's Tolly. Tolly is stuck in the barricades. He too on slicks, struggling to keep the car on the road. Just watching with Bob as he tries to get back out onto the track. We'll see if he goes into the pits. He looks like he wants to go in the pits. No, decided not to. Could be a bit of a risk, and I think he now regrets his life choices here on pits or no pit. Tolly, on the other hand, he understands what wet weather means, and he goes in to change for wet weather tyres. We're watching a replay of how the car's handling under the wet with old racing hard slicks. Can't get any power down into the ground, and the car just wants to go anywhere except where he wants to go. Into the wall, damage the front suspension, front wing, and we got Dash, who is also on rough slick tyres, but manages to hold the car in place and takes the lead off Rain of Fire. We have a new race leader, Dash Vanguard. Snorlaxor going through the snakes here on racing hards. The lighter car just tippy-toeing through. Going to be a hard task to keep the car behaving how it should be. What we're finding is the cars with a bit of power down, they tend to want to kick out and send you into oblivion. So he's now racing around, leading into Degner 1. See how he holds this through, and Degner 1, no front end grip, and the car just spins out. Moon coming down into the hairpin. Again, he hasn't changed or pitted for tyres. Coming out and almost identical to what's happened to Rain of Fire. Put too much power down and the car just spins. Even with traction control, there's just no grip in those rear tyres. Bob through Spoon, but he's under heavy attention from Tolly. Bob is still on racing hards. But Tolly has changed and Bob is off. Bob is off and into another section where there's been some mishaps, just coming out too hard on the accelerator, and that torque just takes the car away from you. Now into the final lap. We've got Dash Vanguard still out in front. He has managed to hold his feet. Actually, the headlights have turned off, so the weather is clearing up. He's managed to stay on his feet, Stephen Bradbury style, and he has now got a comfortable lead out in front of Whizz, who's changed to intermediates. He has got a good space in front of Rain of Fire, who had that one big outing there at the hairpin during the heavy rain. He's now fending off Apex, who's got intermediates. It's going to be a close call. See if Apex puts some pressure on him, or if the track is starting to dry up and those racing hards are coming back into play. We've got Moon in front of Saturn, as we've got hard racing in front of intermediates here. Snore Axel, he's on racing hards. He's got a comfortable buffer in front of Brendan. Been a quiet race for Brendan. He's just sort of kept his nose out of trouble. Nothing that he can say that he's had good fun with. BT, eventful back and forth, climbing up the grid and falling back down with spins and tyre choices. Tolly is holding on to 10th. And Bob, who's had as many spins as Eccles has this race, making out 11th. Sunner's coming out, and so's race winner here will be Dash Vanguard as he goes through the Casio Triangle for the final time. Through out on ease, manages to keep the car straight while the racing hards stayed on. And he crosses the line, first position. The race winner for Suzuka here in Division 2 is Dash Vanguard. Whizz will make up second, as his intermediates are starting to struggle. Rain of Fire in third. Fourth is Apex, first time out with this car in this division. Fourth. Fifth is Moon, closely followed by Saturn and Snorlaxle in seventh. Brendan crosses the line in 8th. BT just coming through the triangle now to cross the line in 9th. Tolly way back in 10th. And Bob equally as far back in 11th. Those two will cross the line shortly and close the race off for us. These are the race results. Bit of weather at the end has mixed a lot of things up. It took a definite win away from Rain of Fire and gave the win to Dash Vanguard. It does mix up the title positions here for information in regards to the where they are in the titles and so forth. Look down in the links below and you'll go straight there. Next race will be at Brands Hatch. I hope to see you all there. See you next time.